Easy weakness. Exactly. Mike, Mike, you put that mic on the Mac. Yes. Also mic. Yes. Are you married?
No, sir.
Why these many rings?
Sir, it's because my mother, she's asked me to wear it and I didn't want to disrespect her. So that's why I wore them.
नहीं यहाँ जेब में डालने थे ना यहाँ के
Okay, I did not realize I should have. I did not realize I'll be removing these during interview.
No, sometimes it can act against you.
Yes, sir. I was definitely going to remove it during interview. I just forgot right now.
Sit comfortably, आराम से. हाँ. Exactly है कुछ. हाँ, आराम से. Sit. Yes, you have done your post graduation in law or yes, in law school.
Yes, sir.
So we expect much more from you as compared to other candidates. Are we right or no?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
Our constitution has how many articles?
Article 395 articles.
How many times it has been amended?
It has recently been amended 103rd time.
What was the massive amendment in the constitution?
42nd amendment.
What is it? It is called?
It is called mini constitution.
What was the main change brought in by 42nd amendment?
42nd amendment, it basically amended article 13, that is what was law. So it allowed that we can amend fundamental rights as well.
It is still continuing or something has been done to it?
No, sir, it is not continuing because then 44th amendment changed made many changes to it.
The Right to Education Act was introduced in view of which amendment of the Constitution?
86th amendment.
What was it about?
It was about that children from the age 6 to 14 years need to be given mandatory education.
What is your take on UCC?
So, Uniform Civil Code, as per also our Supreme Court in plethora of judgments have held that we need Uniform Civil Code. So, I do agree to that because looking at the scenarios, we do need Uniform Civil Code.
How to dismiss a High Court judge?
High Court judge can be dismissed by same procedure that is followed for dismissal of Supreme Court judge, that is given in Article 124.
What is the procedure?
The procedure is that a resolution is passed by 1/3 of the members of the House, then it is put before the Parliament, then a 15 days notice period is given to the judge for the right to be heard, and then if that resolution is passed by the House, then the judge can be heard.
Should IJS be introduced in the country or no?
So IGS should be introduced, but then we might have problems related to language, might be one of the barriers because the lower courts do function at a very basic level where people do speak languages that are regional in nature. So it might pose problems in that area. Otherwise, we can come up with ICJ as well.
But then you are given an option to choose your cadre.
Yes, sir, but about cadre, I believe that. But still, there are postings that happen. If it goes out of state and I'm posted in
No, if you choose Haryana cadre, you will be posted in Haryana.
I'm not aware about that. It also allow the cadre system.
What is the Central Administrative Tribunal about?
Central Administrative Tribunal, it deals with administrative matters
Pertaining
to government.
which government?
Central government and state government, they are issued.
State government and central government both.
Yes, sir. I am not sure, but yes.
And what is this State Consumer Dispute Redressal Forum?
So, State Consumer Redressal Forum is that if a consumer face any problem, any dispute with the retailer or anybody, then he can file for his protection, consumer protection, under the State Consumer Forum.
What is a decree?
A decree is a formal expression of by the court as to the proper adjudication of the matter.
What is the time allowed for preparation of a decree?
It is 15 days from the judgment.
What date it should carry?
It carries the date on the date when the judgment is pronounced.
and judgment is pronounced.
Yes, sir.
Or like, what is the writ of habeas corpus?
Writ of habeas corpus provided if a person is detained unlawfully, that the court can order them to produce that person.
What is Article 227?
Article 227 deals with the High Court, jurisdiction of High Court
Regarding?
regarding regarding all the fundamental rights and other issues as well.
Can the High Court hear an appeal against its own order?
And in review it can. Otherwise,
Question is about appeal.
sorry sir, I'm not sure about that.
Are you aware of something like letters patent appeal?
Yes sir, that is provided in the letter patents of High Court.
It is against which order?
The question of law.
It is against the order of a single judge. It is heard by a division bench of the same High Court.
Wasn't it, I mean, I'm not sure, but wasn't it taken down after the amendment in CPC that the later patents will not apply?
No, letters patent is
100A.
independent of CPC.
High Court has its own rules.
Yes.
Okay, well, I was confused, so I just.
Who appoints the district judge?
District judge is appointed by the state government on the recommendation of High Court.
State government or something else?
The governor basically signs the appointment letter, but then state government appoints on the recommendation of High Court.
Can President of India impose emergency on a state of his own?
No, sir, he cannot on his own. He cannot. He needs the emergency need to pass through Parliament.
No. Initially he can impose of his own.
Yes, initially he does. He passes order, then it is put before the Parliament.
But we
It
have
comes from a cabinet of ministers. The recommendation comes from the cabinet minister.
cabinet ministers.
Yes.
What is the difference between cabinet minister and state minister?
So cabinet minister are the one who usually holds the portfolios, and state ministers are other which are appointed for the state purposes.
But there are many state ministers with independent portfolios.
I'm not sure about that. Sir. I can't recall it.
What is a Prajita bill which is in use these days?
So a Prajita bill is the one that the West Bengal legislature passed. It is relating to rape laws. They have provided that in rape cases, death sentence should be awarded, and the investigation period they have limited time to 21 days, which can be extended in exceptional cases.
What are those exceptional cases?
So if the investigation is not completed because of any reason, then it can be extended.
How do you deal with your failures?
Sir, I work upon them. I work harder upon them and try to calmly handle them.
You have already failed.
Yes.
So you will only handle them, that is one part.
Yes, sir. I will analyze the whole thing that what lead to that failure, and I'll analyze it properly and then work harder upon the reason that led to the failure.
You appeared for the judiciary before also?
Yes, sir.
So have you done the introspection of why you couldn't clear it earlier?
Yes, sir. I did.
So what was
So for I paid for Punjab interview last year. I felt that I got a little nervous after a tricky question was posed to me. So I thought that did show on my face, and I think that was a bit lacking point there.
No, how can there be just one question and if you there must be something else?
That actually that question puzzled me, and I got nervous there, and I think because of that it affected my other questions which were posed.
Yeah, that is what. One question here and there, if you are wrong, that doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, that did affect the other questions.
Okay. How many districts are there in Haryana?
22 districts.
Yes, sir. रागिनी नाम सुना रागिनी क्या होता है?
So,
हाँ, घूमर.
he is dancers of the state of Haryana.
Tell me any three significant historical places of Haryana.
Kurukshetra, I can't.
Tell me any two women personalities of Haryana.
Women personality. One is the famous wrestler Vinesh Fogart that recently went to Olympics, and the other I can't think of it.
Medalist है उसका नाम बताइए.
Yes, her sister. I can't recall the name.
This time Olympic medalist in shooting. Astronaut.
Kalpana Chawla. Yes.
नाम तो.
Yes. Yes.
What are the topic of dissertation?
So the irreducible breakdown of marriage.
Irreducible breakdown of marriage. What do you think about that? Should be introduced in the HMA or not?
As per my opinion, sir, in my research, it should be introduced in HMA, but with certain essentials that need to be provided, because otherwise it might be a background and might be giving immense discretion to the judicial fraternity. So, with certain essential, as was also recommended by the Law Commission, it should be introduced.
There was a proposed bill in the year 2010
Yes.
for the introduction of this theory.
Yes.
And what was the reason that was not passed?
So, 2010 it was not passed because of the criticism. Then it was again introduced in 2013. It was passed by Rajya Sabha, and then the Lok Sabha dissolved. That is why it did not see the light.
Okay. Whether the HMA, whatever the kind of grounds providing for the divorce, are sufficient in itself, or except that irreducible breakdown or any other things that needed to be seen or added?
So they are basically fault grounds. If we see from that perspective, they are sufficient enough. It is the breakdown theory that is introduced. It will cover almost all the other aspects as well.
Okay. If the husband is absent from the last 8 years, then the marriage automatically dissolved and the wife can marry again?
No, sir. She need to prove that is not being heard to be alive for past 7 years.
Then against whom she will be filing, because husband is not there, there will be no respondent.
His heirs are usually sent the notice.
Okay. What is reverse burden of proof?
Reverse burden of proof means, as a general rule, it is the prosecution that needs to prove, then the accused gave the defense. But in reverse burden of proof, it is the accused that need to prove that he has not committed the crime. For example, in POCSO cases, it is on the accused to prove that he has not done it.
Okay, what are the new changes that has been brought into for the expert opinion in BSA in added to Indian Evidence Act?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not ready as of now.
Yes, Kanupriya.
What does it mean?
Kanupriya means beloved of Lord Krishna. So it is basically Radha is called Kanupriya. Krishna is Priya.
Kanu is one of the names of
Kanu, Krishna.
Kanu.
Yes.
Any other name of Krishna?
Banke Bihari.
Many names are there.
Yes.
Tell me the name.
Muralidhar, Banke Bihari, Raman Bihari, Raman Vallabhji. That's
Add Bihari to anything, it becomes Krishna.
Does Bihari means from Bihar?
No, sir.
नहीं बिहारी तो वही होगा तो और क्या होता है?
Atal Bihari, he was not a Bihari.
So I think it's a caste. I don't know. It's not that he's
Caste of Krishna.
Not Krishna. It is a caste.
Yeah, I'm talking specifically
About Krishna ji.
about Bihari.
I'm not sure, but I think Bihari, someone who's really dear is called Bihari. I'm not sure.
Why Krishna was so popular among the women?
So he was, as per my knowledge, he was very notorious and he used
Just because he was notorious, he was popular among the women. It means all the notorious boys are going to be popularized.
So as per scriptures, he was really good looking and attractive. That is
No. He was very dark
complexion.
I'm talking as per I've heard my humble knowledge that.
Actually, at there is a certain point of time in the history, women were only allowed to worship Krishna. They were not allowed to enter the temples. That's why he was very popular. Hello, Ms. Kanupriya, let me ask you a few more questions about your profile, you have completed your law in 2019 and LLM in 2020.
Yes.
What are you doing since then?
So I'm doing my PhD recently.
Recently?
Yeah, I mean, right after my LLM, I started my PhD. So it's been 3 years now.
It is completed now?
I pre-submitted my thesis as of now.
Synopsis is given submitted?
Yes, everything is now.
What is the topic?
It is irretrievable breakdown of marriage. Irretrievable breakdown of marriage.
Irretrievable breakdown of
Breakdown
marriage.
of marriage.
So, what sort of journal you have written till yet?
So journal, I like to write pictorial journals. So recently I visited my brother. So I wrote a journal about that.
Pictorial.
Yes, sir.
What exactly pictorial?
I mean, the places I visit, I usually take pictures and then paste and write something about them that we visited there.
Where?
Like
Journal means in which journal you have written that?
Not the writing journal. It's the diary writing kind of journal writing.
Okay. Journal writing means I thought you used to write something in
No, although I've also written that in UGC Net journal, I have my certain papers published. But then
that cannot be called as a hobby, na?
yeah, this journal writing is the diary writing one journal writing. It is also
Which
called
place you visited recently?
Bangalore, sir.
Bangalore.
Yes, sir.
Bangalore is named something else now.
Yes, it's Bangalore now.
Why it is famous for?
It is Silicon Valley of India. The IT sector.
It is situated in a particular place, particular not a state I'm talking about a particular peninsular India, and in peninsular India in a particular segment of the territory. Could you
Geographical location.
yes, geographical location. Tell me the name of that geographical location.
So sorry, I'm not aware about that.
Karnataka.
Karnataka.
Karnataka is the state,
Yes, sir.
and this I think in Western Ghats.
I'm not
Have you
sure.
heard the term
Western Ghat, yes, sir.
Why it is famous for?
Karnataka is famous for? I'm not sure about it.
There are basically just like northern India, there are Dravidian culture in South India.
Yes.
Okay, and there are few languages basically used to this world. Could you name the name of the languages? Those are basically there in the Dravidian culture.
So Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and this was another one.
You forgot the name of the language where you visited recently. Kannada.
Kannada,
And Malayalam is being spoken by?
Kerala people.
And a particular segment of Kerala people, those who actually popularized Malayalam language. You know them?
No, sir, I
They are Namudri Path Brahmins.
don't know what that means.
Thank you.
ठीक है.
Time for remarks.
Marks are very good. Your performance has been very good, and stress level is very low today. And you should work a little more on it so that it is completely washed off when you give for the main interview. Right?
Yes, sir.
बाकी थोड़ा ब्रश अप करिए सारा
Yes, sir.
लॉ भी एंड जनरल नॉलेज आल्सो. ठीक है? और अंगूठियां मत डाल देना.
नहीं, sir, ये तो I'll definitely do.
हरियाणा की जीके मुझे लगता है कि आप थोड़े
वो
से
I need to study Haryana. That तो I
थोड़ा सा टाइम है आपका इंटरव्यू है.
18th को है, sir.
टाइम थोड़ा है फिर आपके पास.
नहीं,
हाँ?
sir.
हरियाणा में कंसंट्रेट करिए. हाई कोर्ट अपना सुप्रीम
और
कोर्ट.
सर ने पूछा था तो रागिनी नहीं पता था इनको.
हाँ.
हरियाणा का इनको
गार्डनिंग से फॉक सॉन्ग
It's a very popular folk song. Very popular.
folk song of Haryana. And song is a poetical dramatization of stories.
रागिनी में I think it's basically glorify करते हैं ना वो अलग victories को wars को.
बस गाने हैं.
गाने हैं वो.
सॉन्ग है.
folk song.
ये आपका कोट आपका.
Okay, I'll be wearing different coat. This is not the one I'm going to wear. That one's fine.
Different.
तो टाइट है.
Yeah, I actually that's for dry cleaning, so I did not take it from.
Same saree you're going to wear?
No. The saree is also for dry. Actually, I just take. So that's for dry
ठीक है
cleaning.
सर.
अरे ये भी ठीक है उससे. Combination
इसलिए मैं कमेंट नहीं करा.
shoes कैसे?
Shoes, I'm wearing simple black sandals. I'll be wearing Bally's black.
Balance black.
Yeah.
Good. ठीक है, तो सिविक सर ने
Yes, yes,
कहा
sir, वो मेरे को याद है सर, यहाँ पर मुझे याद नहीं था सर।
वहां भी याद रखना, वहां मैंने बोला कि
First day
ठीक है, वेरी फेयर चॉइस.
I'll tell you one instance.
Yes, sir.
I was interviewing some boys for the post of peon. तो एक से पूछा कि आपके फादर क्या काम करते हैं? कहते ज्योतिषी हैं. मैंने कहा, आपके बारे में क्या बताया उसने आपकी? You will be selected or not? कहता जी हाँ, मेरे को क्या बताया कि आप select होंगे. And he was not selected.
I say that, sir.
नहीं ये अंगूठियाँ आपकी कोई क्वेश्चन ऐसे आप affect करने वाले.
नहीं, ये give that time.
हाँ.
Definitely.
Yes. ठीक है, ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट. तैयारी पूरा थोड़ा ब्रश अप करो इसको, है ना?